Hey, what up everyone, this is Mandoallday, back with another video. In this video, I'll be going over the basics of modding for Warframe. I'll be going over what to do, what to look for when it comes to modding for weapons for either primary, secondary, melee, as well as go over some things you should avoid doing. That way you don't do a common mistake that people do when it comes to modding. So again, this is just the basics, so if you're a new player, this video is meant for you. If you're a player that's interested in Warframe but wants to know just the basics of how to mod when it comes to weapons, and this video is for you. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So the first thing you want to look at are two things: the critical chance and the status chance. Right there will tell you what type of weapon it is. So in this case, the Tigris Prime critical chance is 10%, the status chance is 30%. So what should you do? Easy. Use mods that increase your status chance. That way, the more increase the status chance, the more there's a higher chance that you're going to deflect a status, either elemental or so forth. Okay, so the first thing you want to look at, the critical chance and the status chance. A common mistake people do is they don't overlook this and they just think, oh, I want to do crit, I want to do crit, I want to do crit. Which, okay, sure, but I mean, just look at the numbers. Critical chance is 10%, status chance is 30%. Why not just use a status? Why not just create a status build for Tigris Prime? Even though the critical is better, but look, the critical chance is really, really low compared to the status. Might as well take advantage of the extra 20% that you give a status chance and do a status build. Just like so right here. This is my current build right now for my Tigris Prime. As you can see, my critical chance is 14, which is crap, but my status chance is at 90%. That means that there's a 90% chance that whenever I hit an enemy, it's either going to be radiation or slash or so forth. Okay, so again, the first two things you want to look at for any weapon, primary, secondary, whatever it is a critical chance and status chance. Once you determine which one's higher, then all you do is make a build based upon that number. Now, another thing is there are going to be some weapons that are going to have equal amount of percentage. For instance, it could be a 20% critical chance, 20% status chance. So all you have to do is just go into the search bar and type in crit and status, and then whatever mods you have the most, and let's say you have more critical chance mods, then go for a critical build. If you have more status mods, then you go for a status chance build. It all depends on the library of mods that you have. Okay, so again, this only applies for weapons that have equal amount of percentage of critical and status chance. Alright, now another mistake people do and you should avoid doing is what people do, and I did this myself too. Let me show you. Yeah, this will be fine. A common mistake people do is they put in a bunch of different mods. Like, give me 1 second here. Okay, Victus Prime. A common mistake people do is something like this, where they put in a bunch of mods and think that the more mods you have, the better, or the more damage you're going to do. It's correct, but incorrect. It's correct because, yes, the more mods you have, the more damage you'll do. But it's incorrect because if you have a lot of mods that are just vanilla or unmodded or leveled up, you're not going to do a lot of damage. You won't see a big difference. So my recommendation for you all new players, or possible new players, is it's better to put mods that are leveled up or maxed out, just like so. That way, when you start playing the game, you can do a lot more damage as opposed to something like this. Again, this is a common mistake people do, is just put a bunch of mods and they don't even level them up. My suggestion is just put, as many mods as you can, but have mods that are higher level or maxed out. That way you can be more effective and do more damage to enemies. And as you continue playing the game and level up your weapon, then obviously your mod capacity will increase. But until then, I would suggest putting 1 or 2, maybe 3 mods for a new weapon that's max level mod. That way you can do more damage, and like I said, when you continue playing the game and you level up your weapon, your mod capacity will increase, and you can obviously add more higher level mods. Now, another thing that I would suggest doing is two things. One is double mod your weapon of your choice that you like. All you do is go to the action, just like so here in the bottom, and click on right here, upgrade Orkin Catalyst. What this will do is it'll increase your mod capacity. So instead of having 30, you'll have 60. Okay. Another thing is Polarization, or some people call it Forma or Prestige, however you want to call it. What this does is this will allow you to add another polarity or a little symbol, as you can see right here, to your mods. So what happens is when you do that, it'll cost it will cost the mod, or the cost of the mod will be reduced by half. Sorry. So for instance, right now this costs 12, and the mod capacity right now is 8 left. But if I would put this mod right here, instead of costing 12, it's going to cost 6, which will increase my capacity, and I can add another mod. Okay, again, that is called Polarization or Forma or Prestige, however you want to call it. But it's very essential, especially for weapons that don't have them. Like for instance, Boar does not have any polarities, so you will have to, Boar Prime, so you will have to form it in order for the board to be really effective. Because when I first obtained Boar Prime, I didn't find it very effective. I find it pretty useless, but I had to add 3, as you can see right here on the top right. I had to add 3 Polarization or 3 Forma or Prestige, whatever you want to call it, in order for it to be effective. So here it is now. I did 3 Formas, and this is my current build, which is a good build, but as you can see in the bottom right, Chilling Reload, it's still vanilla. It's not even maxed out. So that means I still have to add another Forma in order for me to take advantage of this mod. Okay, so this is very important to consider. So whenever you find a weapon that you like, all you do is go to the actions, double mod capacity or Oricon Catalyst, increase your double mod, and then add a Polarization. If you like the mod, you want to make that weapon that much stronger. So yeah, that concludes the video of the modding or basic modding for Warframe. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. It's pretty obvious. Like I said, look for 2 things: critical chance, status chance, whichever number is higher. In this case, the Boar Prime, 30% status chance, 15% critical chance. What should you do? Do a status chance with this weapon. And as you continue playing the game and you increase your model library, and obviously you can convert Boar Prime from a status to crit. But until then, if you're a new player or want to get into Warframe, my advice would be just stick to whatever the stats are. If the status chance is higher than crit, go for status, and vice versa. And then, like I said, if you like a weapon, you want to make it that much stronger, click actions, upgrade to double mod capacity, and then add Polarization if you really want to make that weapon stronger. Alright, that concludes my basic guide or introduction into modding. Again, this is just the basics. The next video will be showing you the basics for Warframes. And then later on, I'll probably make another video or follow-up video where I show you more advanced modding for weapons and Warframes as well too. So yeah, if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. If you want to keep it up to date with my channel, please do subscribe to my channel, because not only does it help the channel grow, but also means a lot to me as well. And yeah, that concludes my video for basic modding for Warframe. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and find this useful, and on to the next one.